The 12th Doctor had a phenomenal amount of costume variants. It's almost unbelievable how many he has, all intrinsically linked with his coats. So today, I'll be statistically organising them, showing you what coats had the most appearances, what had the most variants, and where to buy them. So, if that's up your alley, let's not waste any time and get straight into it. It's time for the complete guide to the 12th Doctor's coats. Obviously, let's start off with his first look, the navy crombie. So of course, Peter Capaldi wore two different styles of navy coat whilst he was the Doctor, one in Series 8 under the watchful eye of designer Howard Burden, and the other in Series 9 under the creative mind of Ray Holman. Let's start off talking about the Series 8 version. The first navy blue crombie was seen in 13 episodes, so that is the entirety of Series 8 and the following Christmas special, Last Christmas. This means that this appeared in 32.5% of the 12th Doctor's entire tenure, which is of course 40 episodes. In terms of variants, it had a grand total of 8, so let's go through them. The opening variant that we all saw being shared around social media January of 2014 was of course the white shirt and cardigan look. This appeared in 2 episodes, Deep Breath and Into the Dark. Following on from this was the purple shirt, which appeared in another 2 episodes, Robert of Sherwood, and a cameo in The Caretaker. After that came the Holes Jumper look, one of the more frequent looks that was seen. This appeared in 4 episodes, Listen, The Caretaker, In the Forest of the Night, and Death in Heaven. After that, we have the blue shirt, which again only appeared in 2 episodes, navy blue I should say. It appeared in Time Heist and The Caretaker, once again another cameo. And then we come to the polka dot shirt. Now this one is a little bit more of a fashion statement. It appeared in only 1 episode, Kill the Moon. And also the Caretaker had a white shirt variant with no cardigan or waistcoat. After that, we have the most frequent look as well alongside the Holes Jumper. That was the white shirt and waistcoat style as seen in Mummy on the Orient Express's Ending, Flatline, Dark Water and Death in Heaven. After that, in Last Christmas, we only had pairing of this coat with the hoodie and Holes Jumper look that would come to be a staple of the 12th Doctor's outfits. We'll get to how to buy them in just a memento, but first let's look at the second navy blue crombie. This one was seen in 11 episodes, so all of Series 9 until Face the Raven, but it came back for Series 10's Oxygen, thus appearing in 28% of the 12th Doctor's episodes. As for the variants, well, it also had 8. The first is the Holes Jumper and the black hoodie combo that had 3 episodes, appearing in the opening of The Magician's Apprentice, and then appearing in the Zygon 2-parter. Next is the Misty Mountain t-shirt look, which also incorporated a pink Henley, the ink hoodie, and grey plaid trousers, and yet it was only used in the 2-parter of Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar. The coat is also seen in a flashback at the start of The Witch's Familiar, with the Doctor wearing it with the white shirt and waistcoat combo. This is the only time we see him wear this in the series, as he actually wears it probably in the first episode of Class, but not again in the main series. Next, a more familiar style with the Holes Jumper, but with the green John Smedley hoodie. And like the style before it, it seemed to have been allocated its own story, only appearing in the 2-part of Before the Flood and Under the Lake. After that, we get the Girl Who Died look, relegated to this story only and featuring more plaid trousers, a negative flower t-shirt, and the ink hoodie. It's the most pajama-like outfit yet. Then in The Woman Who Lived, another 1-episode wonder, with the dark marine hoodie, the red undershirt to the Holes Jumper, and more plaid trousers. This time Hugo Boss. After that, the next new variant is the Holes Jumper and the ink hoodie, which will be seen again in Sleep No More and Oxygen. It's only a slight colour difference between that and the Zygon Invasion variant, but it's still something. And then finally, in the opening of Face the Raven, we get the Space Shark. Fancy free. So that's all the navy blue crombie variants. Now, where can you pick one up? Well, you have a few options. The navy blue Cos Daddy one honestly is pretty decent. I've owned it myself, and it is sold at a comparatively decent price. But if you want to go a bit more higher end, then either the Baron Boutique or Magnolia Clothier's versions will do you well if this is the one you want to go for. Next up is the Series 9 red velvet coat. A rather incredible coat, one must say. It's majestic in how Pertwee-esque it is. Now, this coat appears in 9 episodes over the course of Series 9 and 10, so about 20% of the 12th Doctor's tenure, with an unbroken run between Face the Raven and the pilot, and then appearing in Extremis, the very 1984-esque opening of Live the Land, and then a cameo in World Enough and Time. In terms of variants, it only had 4, but that's because the main one was just so good. The white shirt and waistcoat look appeared in 7 episodes. The only ones it didn't appear in were Hell-Bent and the return of Dr. Mysterio. Hell-Bent instead didn't have him wear the coat until the ending, in which he only wore it with the white shirt, not the waistcoat, and Dr. Mysterio had him wear it with the ink hoodie and an unidentified burgundy ladder jumper. Extremis also put it with the familiar holes jumper and hoodie combination. Now that was a particularly great one. Even though it wasn't technically the Doctor, it was a virtual reality one, alternative reality, whichever way you consider it, but it still looked good on Capaldi. Now, the red velvet can be purchased from a multitude of places, but the good ones that I'd recommend are here. Cosplay Sky has a great budget alternative that'll do the job, but as well as that, the Baron Boutique one is also fantastic, and the Magnoli one is just gorgeous, albeit again, they're going to be much more expensive. However, if you really have some money to burn, then getting it custom made can also lead to a fantastic coat. Again, do what you think is best. Next up, the nice and simple black velvet crombie, a recolor of the previous velvet with plum lining, and it looks very nice. It only appeared in 3 episodes, with only 3 variants this time, so it appeared in a grand total of 8% of the 12th Doctor's episodes. The white shirt and waistcoat for Return of Dr. Mysterio, the holes jumper only for Knock Knock, and then the holes jumper and hoodie combo for the ending of Lie of the Land, and I mean the Missy ending as well, because he wore 2 extra variants in that ending. It's quite peculiar. And you can get this for yourself by selecting alternative colours on the Baron Boutique menu page for their red velvet. And now, the monster's coming up. So now we have the black velvet frock coat. From the mind of Helena Bauer, it appeared in 8 episodes of Series 10, making up 20% of the 12th Doctor's tenure again, but bizarrely with 10 variants, meaning it has more variants than it does episodes. They become more elaborate and fashion trend based in terms of trending products the further you go down his era, to the result of which the majority of his Series 10 costume pieces don't even have a cosplay alternative anymore. But let's blaze through them. Okay, so the pilot gives us 4 new variants right off the bat. First off, he wears his ladder jumper and puce hoodie combo with a pinkish t-shirt right at the start, and then with a burgundy t-shirt at the end, which would go on to be seen in Smile and the opening of Thin Ice. The pilot also had Capaldi wear the ladder jumper with a weird blue waistcoat, no further comment, and the racing green Clash hoodie. The Clash hoodie would again be used in the next outfit, which featured his white shirt and waistcoat, which is an odd combo as well, even though that was meant as a transition piece to go straight to the red velvet in that same episode. In Thin Ice, he had an entire regal outfit. In Pyramids at the End of the World, he wore a red shirt, his first new formal shirt since Series 8. A blue t-shirt with a hoodie in Lie of the Land's ending, again as I mentioned, that's the other variant that was seen in the ending. A white shirt and waistcoat once more, minus the hoodie in the opening of Empress of Mars, the paint splatter jumper seen only in the Eaters of Light, and the standard holes jumper and hoodie combination in World Enough in Time for a small cameo scene. Once again, I have to reiterate, the ladder jumper, blue waistcoat, and the paint splatter jumper are no longer available to buy anywhere. Your best hope for grabbing them will be eBay, more than likely. As for how to buy it, once again, Cos Daddy, Magnoli, and Baron Boutique all have their own different versions, so check them all out and be sure to see which one you can afford or which one you prefer. It's all in your hands. Fortunately, things calm down a bit after that. We get the ancient linen look, a grey battered style which I really quite like. It's seen in 3 episodes, another 8%, with 2 variants. One with the white shirt and waistcoat in Lie of the Land and the cameo in World Enough in Time, and then one with the white shirt untucked in Extremis. As for how to get this, well, Magnoli and Cos Daddy both do versions, so you literally have a choice of low end or high end, but they honestly look pretty good, all depends on your budget. And then, finally, we have the magnificent blue velvet coat. Seen in another 3 episodes for another 8%, those being World Enough in Time, The Doctor Falls, and Twice Upon a Time. There is only one variant, that being the white shirt and waistcoat, but instead it has 3 states: pristine, distressed, and then with the 13th Doctor, very distressed. There is also the photo shoot variant which involved the hoodie and the holes jumper as well, but that's just an option. As for how to buy this one, well, Baron Boutique has the best one out there at the moment, and it's up to you entirely if you want to distress it. And there we have it! So now we can safely conclude from this guide the most used coats. The one that was featured in the most episodes was undoubtedly the Series 8 coat, given the fact that it was the only one that was featured with no other coat in its series. What's striking though, is that every coat got at least 3 episodes in terms of appearances, and at least 2 episodes where it was the dominantly worn coat. But the most variance goes to the black velvet frock coat, whose variance overtook its episodes, which is so bizarre conceptually. But, it's something. Anyway, yes, this is basically my substitute to the Series 10 How to Cosplay the 12th Doctor video, because, well, it's impossible now. The series relied so much on shop-bought items that they are basically all gone, and all the alts out there for them are way off the mark usually. I mean, you never know what will come in the future, but I can't hold my breath. And I do honestly feel bad about it, because I was trying to work on it and it was just not looking hopeful. So I decided to do this instead, as more of a guide that you can use to get started on the looks for yourselves, using the coats as a basis. Not just for Series 10, but for all of them. But thank you for tuning in to this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. And of course, feel free to follow my various other social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram as well. Let me take over your life. And naturally, a much lesser request, but please consider supporting me on Ko-fi if you would like. Every little bit I get there helps pay the bills and, well, live, which is difficult at the moment while being unemployed during the Pan-D and being a carer at the same time for my mother. So yeah, I'm usually very reluctant to do stuff like that, but you know, desperate times call for desperate measures and all that, but it's just a minor thing. Don't worry about it. If you don't need to, just feel free to disregard. But just thank you so much for watching the video, and honestly, take care of yourselves, keep safe, and just be good. So until next time, see ya!